Okay, good morning, everybody. What a great morning. It's Thanksgiving Eve, and I don't know about you, but I'm getting more excited every moment, every hour, because I know we're getting close to Thanksgiving, and what a wonderful, wonderful holiday it is, Thanksgiving. And I just bless God for it being Thanksgiving Eve, and we're going to have a wonderful time in our home. I hope you're going to have a wonderful time in your home as well. And so I'm going to let Facebook Live get our audience together, and then we're going to get right into it. It's time for the morning manna. The morning manna. And you can always share and shout out your likes and your hearts. I really appreciate that. And additionally, please share the manna. Don't be greedy. Don't eat all the manna and keep it to yourself. Please share it and let somebody else get a part of our morning manna. If this is your first time being a part of our manna fam, our manna family, then let me give you the ground rules, if you will. It's always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. It's always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. And we always share the word, and we want you to share the word as well. We welcome your comments. We welcome the fact that maybe it's your first, second, or third time joining us. We like to shout you out. Okay, here's the text. Here's the text. And before I give you the text, I'm going to talk about a neck bone Thanksgiving. A neck bone Thanksgiving. You know, I like Facebook. I really like it because it has enabled me to reconnect with friends. And I have a dear friend from high school, even all the way back to kindergarten, and reconnected via Facebook. And as a result of reconnecting, she shared this story that her daughter wrote for the New York Times. And it's about how her grandmother, whom I know as well, used to have them on Thanksgiving dinner have neck bones beside all of the other delectables that they would have. They were required, and her grandmother would insist that when everybody gathered around the table, she would also have neck bones. Why neck bones? Let me share why. Neck bones, if you've ever had any, there ain't much meat on a neck bone. There's more bone than meat. But the grandmother would always require, as Erica shares the story, that what slaves would have during Thanksgiving, because they were always limited to having what everybody else had. In fact, they would have neck bones and may not even have Thanksgiving until later, as Erica shares the story, until around January or so, because they would be busy serving the master and his family. They wouldn't get all of the great delectables. They wouldn't get all of the turkey and all of the things that the slave owner would have. But the most they would get was neck bones. When I read that story, I could not help but tear up because I thought about the neck bones in my life when I had more bone than meat to eat. And what do you do when you're in that kind of a situation? When there's more bones in your life than meat to give God thanks for. Here's the text. Here's the text. Listen closely. Here's Philippians 4:11. Paul says, I have learned how to be content in whatever state I find myself. I've learned that even in neck bone situations, to be content. Here's the talk. Number one, being content is not being satisfied. Be content. Being content is a state of my mind. I'm going to be at peace. I'm going to be at rest. Though I long for more, though I know I deserve more, though I know more is coming, the state of my mind, the state of my soul, is that I'm going to be content with the neck bones I have right now. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Paul was saying, I'm going to contend for more. Remember the letter to the church at Philippi was a thank you letter to the church, and it was also a letter thanking them and asking them to send him money, send him things that he needed because he was in prison by the Praetorian Guard. As a result of that, then Paul says, you know, I've been up, I've been down, and I've learned how to deal with all of that. But it's not that I'm not contending for more. I'm content with what I have. So we have to contend for more, contend for more. And here's the third thing, and I'm going to be quick. You got to be careful. You got to be careful to give God thanks for what you already have. Be careful to give God thanks. Here's the small things that I have. I don't have a lot, but God, I'm going to be careful to give you praise, glory, and honor for the little bit that I have. Just for the little bit. I'm going to be content. I'm going to have a state of mind that says, even in this, I'm not going to be satisfied because I'm going to contend for more. And I'm going to learn this one thing, as Paul learned, and as Erica shares in her story that her mom, Renita, permitted me to read in the New York Times. Here's the takeaway. The takeaway is this. Here's the neck bone takeaway, if you will. There is nothing wrong with a neck bone Thanksgiving. No, you may not be able to have all that everybody else has. You may not be able to have what your neighbor is going to have or what a family member is going to call you about. But I tell you this one thing. There's nothing wrong with having a neck bone Thanksgiving. I've had a few. And I know that there have been times in my life where I had more bone than meat. I had to work at what I got. But God blessed anyhow. So on this Thanksgiving Eve, as you get ready to go be with friends and family, enjoy and remember that story from Erica Council. You can look it up in the New York Times. I call it a neck bone Thanksgiving. The Lord be with you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. I got a special manna for you tomorrow. I'll see you about this same time. God bless you. Merciful travel if you're traveling. Bye now. Share the manna.